Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Zach Zuvich, Youth Ministry Specialist at St. John Fisher, Palos Verdes, and welcome to Virtual Life Night Network, where we take a deep dive into different things that affect high school teens and young adults and anybody actually throughout their lives affects them. This is one of my favorite songs of all time is called Letter to Me by Kenny Chesney. And it's all about him going back to when he was 17 and writing himself a letter at his age now. And it made me think, what advice would I give my younger self? And then I come across this video that a good friend of ours made, Father Francis, and I'm going to play for that for you right now.
Hey, what is up, guys? It is Francis Melkor. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So let's get right down to it. Somebody asked me the question, what advice would you give your younger self? The advice that I would give my younger self is to not be overly sensitive, as in easily hurt, and to not be fragile. When I was in my teenage years, when somebody told me a critique, a constructive criticism, whether it's my mom or my dad, my sibling, a teacher, a friend, whoever it was, I was emotionally sensitive. So I would be easily hurt, and instead of growing from the critique, instead of learning from that, I just shut down emotionally. I wasn't doing it on purpose at the time. I let my emotions get the better of me. And as you guys know, if you're interested in high performance and always becoming a better version of yourself, being easily or overly sensitive is not going to cut it. Being fragile is not going to get you to where you're supposed to be. So my advice, especially for my younger viewers or even the older children, when someone gives you a critique, whether it's your mom or your dad, your pastor, a teacher, a coach, a friend, and if you're married, if it's your spouse, or even your children, take it with a grain of salt. Put your emotions aside and really listen to what is being said and ask yourself, how can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? How can this event or this comment that was made to me make me a better version of myself? Don't react or overreact emotionally. I want to be clear when I use the word sensitive. I'm not talking about being empathetic or being caring about the other person. We are called to be sensitive in that fashion. But in a different way, I'm using the word sensitive as in easily hurt or fragile. Jesus was not fragile. He was not sensitive. He wasn't easily hurt. When people, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, put him down, you're a fake, you're a phony, you are Beelzebul. Notice that Jesus didn't cower in a fetal position and said, oh, you hurt me. I'm shutting down. I don't want to do evangelization anymore. I don't want to spread the good news. Y'all know that Jesus never did that. So as you go through this week, especially the younger viewers, you have decades ahead of you. Learn fast. When someone gives you a critique, whether you like it or not, just say, thank you for that, and thank you for bringing that to my attention, and then that's it. Once you do that in your relationships, in work, in business, in any area of your life, you are just gonna catapult and you're gonna go and grow to the next level in your life. So once again, always live with passion and stay legendary. And before I forget, if you're listening to this for the first time, and for those other viewers, please smash that like button and share this with as many people as you can. I'll see you in the next round. God bless
you. Thank you, Father Francis, for that amazing insight. And yeah, I look back at my younger years and it's like, I regret so much. I regret so much that I didn't do more with my high school years. I regret that I let my friends talk me into stuff that I shouldn't have done. I regret things I've said, people I've hurt, because I never lived in the moment. I lived for either the reaction or I lived for, oh, what could possibly happen? So many times in high school, we strike first because we don't know what's going to happen. Whether it be gossiping about somebody or getting into a fight. But we need to take time to live in the moment. If you look back to my Bible study from Thursday, I was talking about being grateful and living in the moment to the sense where we have to become grateful for what we have, and not be anxious about what we want. Life is tricky. If I could go back in time and give myself advice, um, to say like my sophomore or junior year, I would say pay attention, remember these things, keep close to people who are important, and don't give the time to people that don't deserve it. I had a great high school life too. I loved high school. But I still look back at the time of high school and said, I wish I would have done that differently. I challenge you this week. If you're not familiar, we have a point challenge. And this week, the challenge is write a note to yourself. Even though you're in high school, write a note to yourself from when you're even a couple years ago in middle school. Write a little, like, quick note. Post it on Instagram. My note is going to say, live in the moment. Because the moment is all you have. And that's all for VLN News Network. In the description, we'll have a link to the Father Francis video and a link to his channel. And I want to say that you are all loved, wanted, desired by Christ. Know that Christ desires a relationship with you. It's up to you to let him in. And that is all for this week. As I sign off, thank you and God bless.